Hello, and welcome to Ep.3 of Scaling ScaleMate, where I take you along my journey of growing my GTM agency in the US. Okay, so what are we trying at the moment? We are running ads for the first time. Never ran ads on any platform. It's something completely new to me. I'm excited to see how the scalability is. What are the reply rates? We are trying ads on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's where I have my biggest audience. Couple of things to know. We're going in with a very direct offer. This is a small sub-segment of the services that we provide. We've been seeing great traction with it, so I thought, why not have this as our first ad? They can filter into a funnel, essentially, where they provide a whole lot of information up front because we're going to qualify them pretty hard. For example, they need to have an ICP that's on LinkedIn and relatively active. We're going to hit about 10,000 contacts across a couple of different ICP sub-segments. So excited to see how that goes. This offer is very specific, low cost, low time commitment. My hope personally is obviously it blows up and works, but they come in the door, low cost engagement, relatively low cost engagement, and then we can upsell them into bigger services, larger deals, bigger projects, more people assigned to it. So let's see. I think it's the best possible test that I could do with ads. The messaging seems to hit. It's relevant to a whole bunch of people. I already have about 10,000 contacts in that space. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on the performance of those ads. And if it fails, it fails. So fully open to sharing the results around whether it was successful or a failure. And hopefully I learn a whole bunch along the way. So second thing we're doing, I've just signed a contract with a commission-only sales rep who is focusing on cold calling in the US. I've grown the business from start to now on email and LinkedIn. I would say mainly on LinkedIn. That's where my predominant audience is. Obviously, my content goes out to YouTube and X and all this stuff, but the majority of leads now come from LinkedIn direct message and my content inbound. So exciting channel to explore, which is cold calling. I have to look into software. I've heard Kixi is one of the best dialers out there. I would still like to do manual dialing, meaning like click a button to actually, call out. The reason for that, the recruiter that I was working with who specializes in commission-only reps, he suggested that because it keeps the salesperson engaged, right? And I understand that if you have an auto dialer that's just like powering through numbers, kind of sitting there like sleeping and, chilling on your phone. If you have to click the button, you remain focused. I actually really like that point. So I'm going to have a dialer so I can record the calls. I am wanting him to be as engaged as possible. The target's $120 a day. I would say 100 from what I've seen is about normal. When I hire people, I actually kind of reverse pitch the role. I say it's not going to be easy. You're going to work hard. You're going to work long hours, but you're going to learn a lot along the way. So I try not to sell the jobs when people come to me or if I'm hiring, which is kind of interesting. It seems to work. It weeds out the people who don't really want to work with me. So I'm going to continue to do that. And he starts on Monday. Seems like an absolute beast, a weapon, a young guy who's clearly hungry to start hitting the phone. So phone sales is hopefully going to be another very interesting and scalable channel for us. And on the client side, I'll tell you a quick story. So been working with a software provider out of India on full cycle sales. So SDR through to closing, basically. We started well with these guys. Email was the best channel. They have a huge target market in the US and globally. But in the US, we're not going to run out of leads. There's just no way. It's not one of those niche products that's like, difficult to find the 2,000 people that exist. No, there is hundreds of thousands of people that we can go after. Smaller deal sizes, higher volume. They're just expanding to the US. We did very, very well with email at the beginning. That got a lot of attention. And for no reason, I've checked deliverability. I've checked all the systems. I've got Instantly and Smartly doing deliverability and placement tests. All good. Same messaging. We've switched it up. We've added spin tax. We've got the same ICP. Everything is the same. Email stopped working. Don't know why. LinkedIn never worked for some reason. Again, the ICP is not really on LinkedIn. It wasn't necessarily an obvious fit. We were thinking about doing meta ads across Instagram and Facebook. However, they were having not as high success rate in other markets, so they decided not to do that. It would have been a risk with me. I've never done that before, so it would have been a learning curve for me as well. I would have had to leverage their experience, their marketing team, etc. So we didn't try that. And then we found a particular use case on LinkedIn that is now producing multiple meetings a week. I'd say 5 to 6 meetings a week. This is now on autopilot. We barely have to touch it. Leads come in, they're high quality, they're the right fit. There is still no reason as to why email has stopped working. So again, we've turned the client around because meetings did slow down. For sure, I could feel the tension a little bit with the client because there's a monthly retainer. We obviously want results. I get paid on results as well. However, we turned the client around on LinkedIn, which didn't work for 4 months. The whole point of me telling you this is don't give up on a channel. Well, actually, you can give up on a channel sometimes, but know when to give up. And it is possible to turn a client around. Just keep trying different things, different angles. I would say the messaging for most clients, again, this isn't a blanket rule. The actual words is less important most of the time, 60% of the time, than how you get the data. That's one thing I'll leave you with. So there you go. Another episode. That's what we're working on at the moment, and I'll keep you posted on the rest.